Trouble could be early, Mark, for Robinson and Duncan.
Kobe Bryant for three.
He has been spectacular. How about the patience and poise, though? The possession, they go in 3 times to Shaq. He doesn't like what he has. He doesn't force it, and he kicks it out for the open shot.
Here's Kobe putting moves on Robinson and taking all the way. The game is tied at 9. Bryant kicks it out. Fisher on fire. Fisher is now 8 for 9 in this series from three-point land.
It's like Terry Porter tried to guide that one rather than shoot it, Marv. That's reminiscent of Game 7 last year against Portland. The beautiful lob that he made to him that really sealed that game late, gave him a 6-point lead. They went on to win Game 7 and the championship. Finds his partner Shaq. They want to get him off to a great start, and how better to do that than give him a gimme? That's a layup and a dunk for Shaq. He's off and running, as is Kobe.
David Robinson in foul trouble in Game 2. Took that bad foul. Derek Fisher continues his incredible shooting.
Doing the same thing, and he became a much better shooter. The game plan there, pounded into Shaq. 4-4 now, 8 points.
Kobe got the strike and set it up. Shaq is now 5 for 5.
I told Kobe today he was my idol. He was playing phenomenal. The mark of a great player is how you make your other players around you play. I now can truly say that Kobe Bryant is the best player in this league.
Well, Shaq a little over the top in his praise, but perhaps this type of play adds to what Shaq has to say. 5 assists for Kobe here in the early going. A beautiful setup for Shaquille O'Neal.
Kobe is just, the game now is coming so easy to him. And I read a quote by Michael Jordan in the paper today. He said, you know what, Kobe's not chasing the game anymore. He realizes how good he is, and what praise, you know, from a guy like Michael Jordan to talk about Kobe Bryant like that.
Now Bryant played by Daniels, able to whip right by him and draws the foul.
The poise of Kobe and Shaq late in that game. Derek Fisher hit some big shots. That was a tough loss for the Spurs. It looked like they were going to even that series.
Avery Johnson has checked in. Derek Anderson is back. He did have to adjust. Bryant. Kobe Bryant with 9 points. Lakers lead 30-20. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And here's Kobe Bryant again, shooting without any problem over the shorter Antonio Daniels.
Well, when you know a guy can't block your shot, you've got great confidence, and he's in such a rhythm right now. They might have to do something to force him to try to pass the ball, not let him isolate.
So not able to find the range. Bryant bottled up and fouled. Avery Johnson getting a piece. I thought when he first came back from his injury, he was looking for his teammates a bit more. Yes. He saw the assist totals elevate. And as you say, he's not doing that much different than he did during the regular season, but other teammates are playing better since the All-Star break. Rick Fox and Horace Grant have picked up their game, and Shaq has played better.
I agree with that. I think Kobe's healthier now, both, after he mentally was beaten down a little bit, physically his ankles are right now. Shaq is playing much better. And the role players now, both Shaq and Kobe really trust him, and they trust the 2 stars. That's why they're playing so well right now.
Fox. The
Spurs have been like 1 shot away, I think, in 2 games of making runs to get in games. Avery Johnson misses that layup. Instead of a 3-point game, it's now 7.
Fox is out. Bryant back to Fox. End-to-end action by the Lakers. And the Spurs will talk it over.
When you're struggling to score, energy plays, hustle plays. Tyronn Lue pushes the ball ahead. Rick Fox goes to the basket, doesn't get it, but here comes Robert Horry with the offensive rebound. The next play, that's Kobe, the next play, the fast break, and once again, they're up 9.
And has done a nice job Down to 8 seconds. So Kobe checked the clock, rejected emphatically, but a foul. Nice move by the somersault by
We're seeing it all.
Acrobatic Kobe Bryant.
Kobe flashes in from that weak side. Antonio Daniels gets the foul down low. Robinson got the nice block, and then the little degree of difficulty, a little flip by Kobe. So we're seeing it all from him here in this series in the first 2.5 games.
Kobe telling us that he spent the summer making 2,000 jumpers a day from 15 feet and beyond. Can you visualize shooting 2,000 jump shots?
That's a lot of shots, 2,000 jump shots. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past Kobe because the guy loves basketball. I don't know that he has any hobbies. I think he probably
stamp collecting them.
No, it's stamp collecting. Okay, but I just, you know, I could see him being in the gym, and that's one of the things he came back and really was probably the only guy ready to start the season after winning the championship. He decided to give it a chance. So, you know, thank goodness for him that he was able to come back.
Kobe Bryant to the reverse and draws the foul. Derek said he was getting frustrated. He was 1 day away from deciding to sit out for the year, and how this Laker season would have changed if he had not returned.
Well, they're 24-5 since he's come back. More importantly, he's given them toughness, energy. He gives them speed. You see what he's done in the season, the playoffs. I don't think there's anybody that ever would imagine that he would have been averaging these kind of points.
Kobe Bryant making contact. It counts. And the foul.
Kobe running the ball down the floor, and right at the moment where he gets to the defender, he turns his back, gets a little bump in, creates space, and gets to the basket. Now watch this, Barbie. He just turns his back, and Antonio Daniels tries to flop, and when he doesn't get the call, it opens up the lane for Kobe Bryant.
Bryant spinning his way on Daniels. 21 points for Kobe Bryant. As most coaches do, that his man is not getting the calls on the road. Here's Kobe. And the Lakers extend to a 13-point lead. San Antonio calling for time.
Microcosm right there, San Antonio tonight. Close, but they just can't dent this lead. What is the... Robinson misses too easy when Fisher gets fouled, throws it up, and it goes in.
In the history of the NBA, the league's regular season champion, the team with the best record, and that would be the San Antonio Spurs in this case, have been swept out of the playoffs in the same season only 3 times. The 1977 Lakers, the last team to be eliminated. Eric Fisher continues the onslaught. The Lakers in 77 were the last team to be knocked out of the sweep after compiling the best record. Kobe Bryant sweeping through on the reverse. Final seconds of the quarter. Daniels fires. Lakers with an 86-64 lead on the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Bryant. Kobe once again with the reverse. We touched on it earlier, Doug, the fact that the Spurs have been shocked by the speed of Kobe Bryant.
No, I agree with that, Marv. I think he just gets the basket so fast they're not reacting. The Lakers.
Bryant with the step. 29 for Kobe Bryant. And he is 11 for 23 from the field as this has turned into a rout.
And it's been a highlight film. Look at this, the over-the-shoulder two-handed dunk, the spectacular finish, and then here he comes down the floor once again, creating, getting in the lane, the beautiful finish, and it's just get the ball to Kobe, penetrate, make plays for your teammates, especially with Shaq down on the bench right now resting. So
quickly, and how do things turn? He says compromise and maturity. The kid is 22 years old. He's going to make some mistakes, and he's willing to learn. I don't think anybody questions that.
Art? All right, Jim, and on cue, Kobe Bryant able to field the offensive rebound and convert to extend to a 92-66 San Antonio lead. The Lakers are headed to their 18th straight win. We'll be back in a moment.
And he played great this game. He came in his own. Him and Kobe playing good team ball, and the whole team was playing good ball.
What was the trigger that you feel ignited this in this great play between those players?
Kobe with 34 points. And here's Kobe.
So by my math, now that's 71 for Kobe and Shaq and 69 for the Spurs.
Exactly.
Are you proud of me?
Wow.
Kobe has been able to break them down and we open the perimeter. Tonight, the dominance of Shaq inside, their role players, everybody playing at the highest level. And then they've done a great job tonight on dunking defensively. They've taken the Spurs out with their three-point shooting. I mean, it can go on and on and on. So when a team plays this poorly and they're that good, sometimes you got to tell that your opponent is just a superior team. And that's what we're seeing, Marv. They're superior in every area right now.
Strip. And the Los Angeles Lakers have walloped the San Antonio Spurs, the final 111-72 to take a 3-0 lead in this best of 7.
Kobe, another big game for you tonight. Seems like it's getting to be old hat. How have you guys managed to totally demoralize every opponent, and now specifically the Spurs?
Well, our coaching staff does such a great job preparing us for these games, and all we have to do really is go out in the game and execute it, and play with intensity and play with effort.
Rick Fox told us at halftime that Shaquille O'Neal said to you guys before the game, everyone with a yellow jersey with 34 on it, throw me the ball. Is this the first time that he's really called out for it and wanted the ball?
Well, he wanted it. He wanted it tonight. We knew from the pregame preparation that he was going to come ready to play. So the onus was on us to get him the ball in positions where he could do something with it.
Kobe, can you guys run the table, because that's going to be the talk now? You're 18-0 in the last 18 games. You're 10-0 here in the playoffs. Can you guys sweep through San Antonio and through the rest of the playoffs?
I don't know. All we can do is just play on Sunday and try to win that game and just move on.
All right, Kobe, when are we going to get a smile? Right now, I guess. All right, congratulations. Back to you, Marv.
All right, thank you, Jim. So once again, the final score from Los Angeles, the Lakers 111 and the Spurs 72. San Antonio with only 8 points in the fourth quarter. And as Jim discussed, the Lakers continuing their quest to run the table as they make it 18 straight wins.